Need to see a quarterback before I believe that. Well, Daves, there's a quarterback named Alex Orji that I recommend you look at the film on. And I'm actually not saying this in a condescending way because a lot of people haven't watched the film on Alex Orji from high school, the spring game where he made some passes. The guy can pass. Now, his completion percentage is low, and there's no denying that. But if you can just get it up to Cade level in the 60s, like if you can get it up to the 60s at passing, his running ability is like Jalen Milroe. Jalen Milroe doesn't need to be a perfect passer because he can be the top rusher on the entire team every game if he wanted to be. And I think Alex Orji will be the same. Now, you don't want to sleep on Jaden Denegal either. Those two are going to go at it in the quarterback battle. And from what I'm hearing, you also can't completely count out Jaden Davis. Now, I don't think, I mean, Jaden Davis would have to have an unreal spring and fall camp. But if you start hearing that Jaden Davis is up there and he's hanging with them and he's starting to win practices and things, don't be completely shocked if he's in the mix. But I think it's going to be game one, Alex Orji. He's been put in the position. He's played in the largest games we've had this year, this past season. And it just seems like he's being kind of positioned to take over, kind of like JJ was in 2021 when he was sprinkled in. Cade McNamara was the starter. QB isn't everything in college. Look at OSU. Well, OSU was blessed with 3 amazing quarterbacks in a row. Dwayne Haskins, rest in peace, Justin Fields, and CJ Stroud, who's now lighting it up to the point where he took a trash franchise to the playoffs. Really, really good player. Then they got midcord. And, Ryan Day with midcord, they kind of were attached at the hip there. And midcord's father, was part of that whole arrangement, where it seems like they ran off Quinn Ewers because, McCord had to get his reps in, he had to play. They also passed on JJ McCarthy in favor of McCord. So, it's kind of their fault because they could have had JJ. And there's even a lot of Buckeyes that I trust that have said that was the wrong decision. But hindsight's 2020. And I do understand that McCord played with Marvin Harrison Jr. in high school. I totally understand that. There you go. So there you go. There's your maize and blue comment there. OSU will run more, but it's not like they weren't running with Henderson and Chip Trayanum and some of those players. It's not like they didn't do that at all, right? We will beat OSU and embarrass them again. I hope so, Chris. I think Ohio State, you can expect them to throw the entire kitchen sink at Michigan. It's going to be at Columbus. If Ryan Day loses that game, he will be probably fired. And that, to me, it just blows my mind. Like, he might go 10-2 or 11-1 and get fired. Like, it absolutely kills me. Yeah. I mean, recruiting does, don't get me wrong, Moose, recruiting does matter. But so does coaching and development. And all I've been saying to Darrell and anybody else who's been talking about star ratings is you can't only rely on that. That's all I've said. And I think it's maybe started to sink in with them that, these are data points. Recruiting is a data point. 247 is a data point. Star ratings, it's a data point. But also coaching, experience, it's all data points as well. Let's see. Absolutely playoffs. Playoffs? Yes, playoffs. 12 team. Michigan can sneak in at 10-2. It's possible. Oh, wow. Hire Charles Woodson. Yes, please. That would be amazing. Um, but is he willing to do that? I mean, there were people saying hire Tom Brady. Well, that's not going to happen because he just got a $300 million contract with Fox Sports. But maybe, so Charles Woodson kind of has this one-off thing with Big Noon Kickoff, but it's not every week. He's got his whiskey and wine business, which is doing very well. But he could, I mean, it's possible. Will Sharon Moore pick up the phone and make it happen? Yeah, see, that's probably the case there. Oh, it seems like we've got some Buckeyes in rare form today. You know what though? Every We love it. We love the back and forth. We love the viewership because the more Buckeyes that come in here, you know what that means? That means more Wolverines have to come in to combat it. And then I get ratings. So we love the Buckeyes here. We love the Buckeyes. We love the Wolverines. We love everybody. And just keep bringing people in. Bring your other Buckeyes in and troll our chat. Go ahead. As long as you don't do personal attacks, it's fair game. No personal attacks, no racism, sexism, or politics, and you're welcome to say whatever, otherwise, as long as it's football related, team related, you're good. Keep calling him a running back. Keep calling him that. I wish, Mike, but to install a triple option, you have to do a lot in terms of personnel, in terms of changes. We don't have the personnel for triple option. We do have the personnel to run option plays, though. And they've done that with RPOs. I would expect the amount of RPOs to go up. I would expect a little bit more zone read and kind of read option with Orji. But yeah, to install a complete triple option would be not a good idea. Moose thinks it's going to be Denegal. So are you a Buckeye? So you're saying, okay. So if this is a Buckeye quote, now just remember, your coach, third base Ryan Day, said we're going to hang 100 on Michigan. Now I think that actually Ryan Day might be correct because between 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024, they might hit 100 points combined for all 4 years. It's possible they could get there. But in 1 year, no, not at all. Not with the defense that Michigan has, and not with the shaky offensive situation, the O-line situation. You guys just got the Alabama center who can't snap a ball. Now, do I think that they'll coach that out of him? Maybe. I would expect that he transfers to guard because if he can't snap the ball at Ohio State, that's a problem. The quarterback also seems very mid. He was going to lose his job at Kansas State, and you guys think he's the second coming? Like, I don't know about that. I would expect Air Nolan or Julian Sayin to take over by the end of the year, actually. Maybe Devin Brown. Let's see. Hey, despite the trolling, we appreciate that. You want to troll and then you're going to hit the subscribe button? Come on down. You're the next contestant on Michigan Wolverines Live. Let's see. Go Blue.